In the constantly changing landscape of Formula One, ability is not sufficient to earn a long-term drive. As Red Bull's junior development program keeps going from strength to strength, new faces emerge while others succumb to great pressure. One driver currently finding himself under such pressure is Liam Lawson. With Arvid Lindblad's emergence and Isaac Hadjar's steady performances, Lawson's future in Formula One far from guaranteed. But is his seat actually in danger? And might Lindblad be the one to fill it? Liam Lawson is presently under extreme pressure to retain his position in Formula One. The 22-year-old New Zealander, who at one point was touted as Red Bull's star of the future, is now scrambling to survive against the same system which previously endorsed him so enthusiastically. Though Red Bull boasts an illustrious history of cycling young drivers, the pressure is increasing as Arvid Lindblad, a new face in Formula 2, continues to deliver. Indeed, Hadjar's emergence, already producing solid results as a Racing Bulls driver, is a harsh reminder of how rapidly fortunes can shift in this sport. One day, you're racing in Red Bull colours, the next, you're off the grid. Things currently are not quite as they should be with regard to Lawson. Having only had 2 races under his belt, he's already experienced a tangible decline in status, having dropped from Red Bull to Racing Bulls. Such drastic change can serve to have a profound psychological impact, which ultimately has an effect on track performance. Adding to this, Lawson had a tough beginning in Australia, lacking rhythm and falling short of expectations. While he has been able to recover with a couple of point-scoring finishes, he's still one of the 3 drivers who have yet to make a significant breakthrough in the 2025 season. To make matters worse, one of those 3, Jack Doohan, has already been replaced by Franco Colapinto starting from the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Could the same fate await Lawson? Red Bull has certainly got plenty of choices to pick from. Their junior academy continues to churn out star performers, with the most thrilling one being Arvid Lindblad. Lindblad was only 16 years old when he became the youngest Formula 2 race winner in history, a staggering achievement that has now firmly set his sights in his direction. This achievement hasn't gone unnoticed. Former F1 driver Juan Pablo Montoya recently commented, saying, "If Liam doesn't improve, I wouldn't be surprised if Red Bull puts Lindblad in at some point." Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Montoya's observation is shared by an increasing mood in the paddock. Red Bull never hesitates to make dramatic overhauls. Lawson was previously given a golden chance when he replaced Daniel Ricciardo and delivered. But with Lindblad promising even greater things, and receiving admiration from heavyweights such as Helmut Marko and Christian Horner, the script is changing quickly. Racing Bulls was always used to gauge future stars, and Lawson did hold up in 2023, specifically earning points in Singapore. Most thought that then he would become the replacement for Ricciardo in the long term. Things have come down drastically differently, however. Red Bull's confidence in Lindblad is also becoming obvious. Marko and others have intimated that Lindblad is central to the team's long-term plan. Montoya even likened Red Bull's strategy to Alpine, highlighting the team's willingness to switch drivers to determine who is the best fit. And Lawson's state of mind after the demotion has been a worry. Montoya bluntly stated, "The Red Bull situation was complicated. It took a big toll on Lawson. He needs psychological help after that. If he doesn't recover soon, Red Bull will look elsewhere." So, what is so special about Lindblad? The response is straightforward: raw, unadulterated talent. His win in Jeddah this year was a masterclass. It showed he is cut out for the big time. Red Bull promoted him to Formula 2 early to test how he copes with top-level machinery, and he has performed from the start. Of course, winning in F2 doesn't automatically guarantee F1 success. Look at Andrea Kimi Antonelli. His F2 performances haven't yet translated into certainty for an F1 seat. Still, Lindblad has already completed testing in older Red Bull cars, and there's a strong possibility he'll be involved in FP1 sessions in 2025. His development arc is being fast-tracked in every way possible. Marko himself stated, "We're not looking for a new maximum. We're looking for a new champion, and the one who looks most promising is Arvid Lindblad." He continued to highlight the way drivers such as Doohan, Piastri, and VIPs had large test schedules that Lawson and Hadjar did not have. Red Bull is keen not to make the same error. If Lindblad excels this season, he might be prepared for a whole-time F1 seat as early as 2026. The warning signs for Lawson are evident. In spite of good performances, his on-track incident with Fernando Alonso in Miami, which landed him a penalty, further speaks volumes about how vulnerable his position is. Lindblad, however, is not the only danger lurking. Isaac Hadjar is gathering steam. Having had an embarrassing crash in Australia during the formation lap, Hadjar has come back strongly and has earned accolades from within the Red Bull camp. Helmut Marko recently lauded Hadjar's performance in Jeddah, stating, "He was a bit slower than Lawson in qualifying but maintained pace in the race. He didn't know most circuits but settled in very quickly. Aside from the one error, he's made very few mistakes." What distinguishes Hadjar from others is his capacity to find the balance between tyre management and good lap times, something even experienced F1 drivers find difficult to maintain. That consistency could get him a Red Bull seat soon, depending on the course Yuki Tsunoda's career takes. When questioned whether he would join Red Bull with a promotion, Hadjar was quick to say, "Yes, I would respond. It's Red Bull, the major team. Perhaps I'm not ready, but I'd certainly claim to be." With Hadjar and Lindblad on the scene, Lawson's seat is on a knife's edge. Lindblad's entry into F1 is a certainty, and his presence will only make competition fiercer. Even Hadjar is not immune to the pressure Lindblad will face. As things currently stand, Lawson's best hope for assuring his own future is to keep racking up the points and outsing both Hadjar and Tsunoda on a regular basis. But even that might not be sufficient. Red Bull's expectations are high, and the temptation of Lindblad's longer-term prospect could prove greater than Lawson's immediate success. If Max Verstappen does opt to leave Red Bull for Mercedes or Aston Martin, both of which are said to be interested, Red Bull might attempt a rebuild with a new driver lineup. And then, in that scenario, Hadjar and Lindblad might be the new pillars of the team's next generation. Still, even in that look-to-the-future scenario, Red Bull would probably put Lindblad through extensive testing before they made a final call. That leaves Lawson with very little wiggle room. The wall writing may not be imminent for Liam Lawson yet, but the cracks are beginning to appear. Red Bull's pool of drivers is stronger than ever. With Lindblad rising rapidly and Hadjar already performing, Lawson has to battle more than ever to remain relevant in Formula One. What do you think? Is Lindblad about to take over? Should Red Bull retain Lawson? Or is it time for a new era? Leave your comments below, and if you haven't already, watch the next video on your screen for more analysis on the future of F1.